Hi, my name is Olivia Cunningham. I am from Panama City majority of my life with my husband, Mark Cunningham, which is the father to our worship pastor here. We got married in 1976, and he was actually 16 years old when we got married. Vows were very important to me, and my vows were that it's better or worse, sickness and in health, until death do us part. My husband got saved at the age of 12 and started preaching at the age of 12 in the Assembly of God Church. He started pastoring his first church at the age of 18. When it come time to pastor and pray for people, we did it together. We always did it together. I seen so many miracles, transformations, and just seen people get healed from cancer, from back injuries, from accidents. One particular time there was a man that was in a coma, and my husband just walked up to his bed and just prayed a simple prayer of healing for him. He just went up and introduced himself to him and said, "My name's Mark, and I'm going to pray a miracle for you, and you're going to remember who I am, and when we meet again, you'll know me." 2 weeks later, the guy comes in the church and walks up to my husband and says, "You're Mark Cunningham, you came and prayed for me." And he knew him. My husband first started showing signs at the age 30, 31. He noticed that when he would walk across the room with a glass of drink, it would spill because of his gateway, which, his balance was off. The disease is called, the actual name is Olivia cerebellar degenerative disease, and it affects your cerebellum, which is all of your motor skills, your hand-eye coordination, your speech. One day I come home and he told me that he just felt like he would be better off in a nursing home. I set it all up and I took him and we dropped him off that day, and we stayed as late as we could stay. And there was times when I go to the nursing home and sit, I knew I was talking to my husband, Mark. And then there was other times that I went and I would talk to him, and it was like talking to a child, and the difference would break your heart. Mark was a man of faith, always, no matter what. Even through sickness, he still believed that God was faithful and just, and that no matter what happened, to be absent from this body is to be present with the Lord, and he knew where he was going. Being faithful to your spouse is a God thing. My husband had come to a point, even in the nursing home, that he felt like he was burdening me, and that it was too much for me to have to come to the nursing home every day. And in some ways, he asked me for a divorce one day. And I just looked at him, I said, "I can promise you one thing, I will never divorce you." After about 6 months of that kind of talk, he finally told me, "I'm glad, you didn't divorce me." And I told him, I said, that was never an option, because my wedding vows were important to me. And I vowed to him and to his mom. But I vowed to him that day that, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. And I knew I was going to stand by him. If my relationship taught me anything with my husband, if it taught me anything, it taught me how faithful God is. No matter where we are or what we're going through, if we feel like we're alone, God's there. He's faithful. He said he would never leave us nor forsake us. And I trust in that. God knows. He knows where you are. He knows what you're going through. And he's going to be there for you. And God has shown that love to us by given His only Son that we would be saved. And sometimes we don't, reach out to Him until we need Him. But the good thing about that is He's sitting there waiting. If you're in need today, He's there. He's waiting for you to reach out.